Betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, got my betches and cookies, I 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 got my betches and cookies, got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my Remember that gooey you took and said dooey. I need two or two of these for my baby booey. Floating like buoys, singing a nice pair like some boobies. And you high off that doobie with your mystery machine. Feeling bad where you should be. BB don't make nothing cheapy. Hanging with them creepies. I sit in them bad through peepees. Looking ollie while looking through the molly. Holy guacamole, you got the good in the air funny.
I got my
betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, got my betches and cookies, I 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 got my betches and cookies, got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my outside of the club, but I'm dripping sugar sweet. Cinnamon on skin with a hooligans. I came to rock and we came to but swing the lips, ain't fine to the eyes. Don't take that sip, got milk in the thighs. So the dude on the side, he pays my green too bad. My process with a dream. What does it mean? It means nothing you take from me unless it's just some DMT that's all up in my energy. Yeah. Gon' place that bet if you won't come testing. I'm obsessed with a bullet vest and a curious chest. Got the aim on the frame, but I hide the best. Hey, I'm fucked up, call me dough cooking. Cookies that they sell cooking. Batches in a row looking. Magic is all hell. We live it, never ever will we give it to a wag beat. Find a Lazerbeak in these black streets. Get it? No fear and we give it. Haters will forbid it. The father to the ministry, figures of imagination. That's the ones within the nation. We the ones that did escape and then we found some new ovens and we made them.
Sixpence and an under it chop. Cut a brother up and hung him like Jack the Ripper. Undo your zipper. Get on your knees and get ready for the industry in a nutshell. Them goods will get got if it's the only thing you got. Better keep them in a hot black pot. The only thing colder than a local talent out of winter. Thrift store shopping look like Anna Winter. You ain't gotta ask about it cause I've been her. Riding in them chariots like we ain't been her. Yeah, sure, you know, yeah, sure, you know, yeah, sure, you know. Rapping and I've been steadily stacking. I put these people in napkins and tuck them down for a nap. And apologies to the capital because I don't pay my capital. And if you happen to hit us and then pretend that you didn't end it out, stop.
Betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, got my betches and cookies, I 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 got my betches and cookies, got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my betches and cookies, I got my ooh, gotta get that ooh, gotta get them cookies, gotta get that cream. Ooh, gotta get that ooh, gotta get them cookies, gotta get that cream.
That was Batches and Cookies from the album Lizzo Bangers by Lizzo. We're in the Mahmoud Weyerhaeuser studio here at NPR, and Lizzo, the artist, is here along with Lazerbeak, who you might also know from Doomtree, and Sophia Eris is here from another organization, another band called The Chalice. I think I've drawn all the lines here correctly. And Lizzo,
Girl Party.
And Girl Party. Thanks for being here, Lizzo.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. Good morning.
A lot of people say you burst onto the scene, right? This was 2013 was a big year for you.
Oh, yeah. They do say that. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I feel like one of the reasons is that you literally burst onto the scene. You were only in Minnesota, 2 or 3 years now?
Yeah, 2.5. It's going to be 3 years in July. And I don't know. I don't know how to describe it because I didn't move here to immerse myself in a music scene. I didn't come here with the notion that Minneapolis was just popping like this, and you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I came here because I needed something new. I wanted to renew my life, and I had been living in Houston, and the rock band that I was in dissipated. We just dissolved, and it was really hard. And I came up here with a mutual friend. He was like, move to this city. And I was like, it's cold there. And I did it. And it just happened to embrace me. I didn't, come with a plan. I just was myself. And if that's called bursting, then, that's cool. I just started making music with everybody.
You came here with no knowledge of the scene here,
Right.
but you also came here with a desire to do music, and
Yes.
you had done it your whole life.
My whole life. I came here with Larva Inc. and we were Lizzo and the Larva Inc. And the music I made with him was so exciting to me because the music I had used to make was never this polished, and I'd grown so much from it that I wanted to continue it with him. So if he had moved to Alaska or Antarctica, I would have gone with him. And, you know, fortunately for both of us, it was Minneapolis, the home of the most collaborative, like, beautiful music scene in the world, I feel like. You know, it's like, I did want to do music. And so every person I met, didn't matter who it was like, well, do you want to collaborate? When I first met Sophia Eris, I was like, can I sing backup for you? Mm-hmm. I remember that was, and, you know, when you I guess have that drive, it manifests a lot for you. And I'm very blessed.
I have noticed it's hard to talk about local artists as if they are only one thing. Like you have this huge laundry list of bands. All of you do. You have this huge laundry list of bands you've been in here for 10 minutes and over there for 2 weeks, and then you do 3 albums here and there and all the way. Mm-hmm. But take me back even farther. When did singing and performance become part of your life?
Take it back. I don't know, man. I didn't want to sing. I was afraid to be a singer because everyone in my family had beautiful voices and I was the smart one. So I played flute and I would perform in my band, and that was fun since I was like 12. And then I started writing music because Destiny's Child, I was in Houston, so Destiny's Child was a big deal. Everyone was like, I know Beyonce. People's like, my dad's best friend was like, I go to the Knowles' house and I watched them rehearse. Like, everyone was so connected to Destiny's Child and the blow up that everyone wanted to have some part of it. And my part was, I want to make a girl group. So I kept like trying to make these girl groups. I had like this little this pool of friends, and we would always, it would be like 5 or 4 of us, and I would write these pop songs on like God. And I would never want to sing though. I would always write the raps and give it to this one girl, JD. She was a rapper, where I'd be like, all right, I'm just gonna sing the harmonies with you. And something happened. Something happened around the time where I was like 11 or 12 till about 13, 14. I saw Destiny's Child perform live and I was like, that is amazing. And you made me feel a certain way. Like, they gave me goosebumps and I got very emotional. I was like, I want to make people feel that way, whether it's through me or through the music that I write. And I just had to grow some cojones and I started doing it. And I haven't stopped. It's been so fun.
Did you decide hip hop and rapping was the way you wanted to do it as well? I mean, it sounds like you got into it initially for the lyrics, for the writing.
Yeah. Definitely. Hip-hop and rapping was the first vessel. I was in a group called Cornrow Click when I was Cornrow Click in 8th grade. And it was inspired by Crime Mob, this group that came out. It's trap, Atlanta trap, like back in the day. And so we were just hard, and we were writing all these hard raps. And I found our old song, It Don't Matter Though. It's on my sister's iPod. And that was the beginning of it. Like, I had this veneer. I was hiding behind this tough girl with cornrows. So I was like, yeah, I'm a rap. And then you learn to rein back. There's different types of, there's different types of vocalists. There's people who start off quiet and you have to like learn to find your voice and you get louder and stronger. And then there's people who start off out of control, like, you know, kind of a wild horse, and then you got to rein it in. And I think that I started off that way. I had to learn how to refine myself. So hip hop was the first one because it was easy to just be like, yeah, I'm tough. And I had like a crew of girls to be tough with. And we shouldn't though. We should give some attention though. You mentioned in passing, but the flute you played, I mean, we should give that some announcement here because you were very good at it. Yeah, I am a classically trained flautist. I've been playing flute since I was 12. I've been in state competitions, first chair, studied it at the University of Houston on scholarship under Sidney Carlson. And I was going to go to Paris, and I was going to study flute at the Paris Conservatory. I mean, flute could have been your thing. Flute was very close to being my thing. Why not? Why isn't it? I don't know. The universe didn't want it. It was a lot of pressure. College, they put a lot of pressure on me to be something that I felt like. So, for instance, I don't know how to describe this, but I would go to flute camps, flute fest, and I would go, and there would be all these girls, and you know what a flautist looks like. You know, there is a stereotype to everything, and you know there was definitely the stereotype of a flautist. And I would come in, I was different, you know, and I wanted to do everything with it. I wanted to, you know, play lavalier mic, and then also create some music with I wanted to just be outside of the box, and there's definitely a box that you're put in when you're in the classical world. Like there's hip hop world and there's the indie rock world, there's classical world where you're gossiping about, you know, who's gonna die so you can get their chair. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Not actually die, but you know, who's gonna retire? You have to wait for them to retire, and you're like, all right, now I'm gonna be in the, you know, the Houston Symphony, and I just gotta wait, I gotta beat her out or wait for her to like have some kids. I don't even know. Like so there's this whole competitive world, and I don't know if I was built for it. I'm blessed to have all of the training. And I'm glad that I stuck through it for so long, because I love the flute, and I still love the flute. Like somebody looking for a flautist, we'll play for free.
Have flute will travel. Kind of
I
thing.
want to start like a quintet or something, or a trio.
Put it on your next album.
If Ryan Olsen will let me do it, I will do it.
We're talking with this hour with Lizzo, who in another world is also known as Melissa Jefferson, and still this world. And
my mama's world.
your mom's world, and you're 25 years old and had a huge album, Lizzo Bangers, and you're about to actually go on tour now as well. You're off to jolly old England, as I guess.
Yes. Fortunately, we were able to go on tour with Harm Our Superstar, who we love. And Sophia Eris and I got to see London and see all of these towns in England and explore the UK. And people over there resonated so much with us, especially, they were like, oh, Salt and Pepper. You know, they loved us, and they loved the vibe, and they loved Batches and Cookies over there so much that it was supply and demand. We just got invited back, and they were like, they started playing it, and so now like England is like a second home, you know, which is shocking because I'd never been outside of the country, and now it's just like a regular in England. We're regulars in England now, so it's great.
And Lizzo Bangers is a collaboration with you and Lazerbeak, who's here from Doomtree, and also Ryan Olsen, who you mentioned. Lazerbeak, or Beak, however I should address you. Tell me the story from the other angle, because we have this young lady coming up from Houston out of nowhere, doesn't know a thing about the Minneapolis music scene. How does Lizzo, from your perspective, burst onto the scene?
I mean, I'd been hearing about her through different rappers around town, because she was always guesting on everybody's mixtapes and things like that. So her name just started popping up a lot. And like we've talked about, the scene's so collaborative. Everyone kind of knows each other. So Mike McLawn from Doomtree had gotten her on a track on his album Snacks. And I was like, that's a tight verse. I like that. And then I randomly ran into her. Me and Plain Old Bill had put out an instrumental album called Lava Bangers. And she was at our one performance at a record store, came up and introduced herself. And then I got a tweet. It's like the power of social media from her, basically saying she wants some Lazerbeak beats.
I said, I wish I could afford it.
And I said, it doesn't really cost that much. And so, you know, through that, then Ryan Olsen saw that and was like, I want to be involved. And then, you know, 2 weeks later, we got up at Ryan's place, and she had already written to some of the beats that were on that instrumental tape, and we just kind of demoed right away. And then I kept sending her stuff, and it really just kind of transitioned into this full-length record pretty quickly. I don't think we had much expectation. Obviously, the name Lizzo Bangers, then a play with the word Lava Bangers. Yeah. So we had our title.
And Sophia Eris from Girl Party and your workings here with Lizzo, I'm curious to know, was she different? Was she kind of not your normal, performer you've been with because she was from another part of the country, or was there something else going on there?
Oh, when I first met her, she stood out to me immediately because I'm not from here either, but I could tell she was from Houston, and it was really warm to be around her. And we connected instantly, actually, over karaoke and Beyonce. We connected that night that we met. But I've seen her blossom in ways that I've never seen anyone else in the city blossom before, as someone that has moved here. But she's still the same to me, but she just has been able to show her talents off in a more powerful way than she had before.
Lizzo is with us here on the Daily Circuit. We're in the Maud Moon Weyerhaeuser studio at NPR. How about another song, Lizzo?
side dope, beside yo, disposition also my yo. A tryout to a mountain making milestones. Gemstones, ain't got nothing on my shine, yo. Abide though, the rules I make for potholes. Shut it, I done it, sunny. Jigga's favorite new artist he ain't heard of. Prince give me mad up. Tighter than Michael Jackson's glove, the left one. He wanna fall in love with me, he and he jelly. You ain't ready for it, and when you ready, I'll get Freddy, I get Jason on it. You complacent, homie, you a pencil, I'm erasing, homie. Better get big trick, and as I wrote that, my pen ran out of ink. Now look up irony and tell me what you really think. Have you ever been to Paris at night? Neither have I, neither have I, neither have I, neither have I. Have you ever been to Paris at night? Neither have I, neither have I, neither have I. Have you ever been to Paris?
Nope.
Me neither. And if you said you did, then I probably won't believe you. Got a cousin named Letha, you'll probably never meet her, cause they live in Detroit and that city be lethal. Can't buy liquor on a Sunday, what is you saying? But beyond that, man, I really can't complain. And beyond you, I can finally see the sand. Excuse me while I get myself a freaking tan. Kill 'em all like I'm the freaking son of Sam. It's like I'm a moose lamb and you a piece of ham. Yeah. I will never touch you, rather you will never touch me. Good luck though. Running until I can't go. I click the pics that penny I pocket. Partly polyethylene, partly a polygon made up of particles. Sparkle, that glitter ain't gold at all. She lying, new lying, defying the strike of the iron that's hot. The back in the tip for tack, get that from the pit to pack, click to tat it, Dewey, bottom of Palm Dewey, stop that for the cross on Dewey.
Paris
At night, neither have I, neither have I, neither have I, neither have I. Have you ever been to Paris at night? Neither have I, neither have I, neither have I. Have you ever been to Paris? I'm in Paris, I'm in the hallway, drinking tea, dog, eating croissants. Trick.
That song is Paris from Lizzo. And Paris, that's not from Lizzo Bangers. That's a new track. Is that right?
It is, and it was created in the Lizzo Bangers time, but it didn't make the record. But it is very much so a Lizzo banger.
It's interesting you say that because I feel like that has a hugely different sound than Batches and Cookies.
Hugely different, yes. And it's only because the production is, everything on Lizzo Bangers is Lazerbeak. And produced by, yeah. And then Paris is half collaboration from Ryan Olsen actually and Lazerbeak. Like Ryan executive produced Lizzo, everything that's on Lizzo Bangers, but he didn't make the beats, and that beat is actually 50-50.
Gotcha.
What do you guys? We're gritty, not gritty.
Committee, yeah, we go by committee or Camry guys. We both drive Camrys.
Camry guys.
The Camry guys.
But yeah, that was like the start of a collaborative process where me and him are now creating a lot of the beats together for Lizzo's new material.
And that song we just heard was recently on an episode of the HBO show Girls.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? How'd that happen?
Zinc Music is our licensing crew out in California. Shout out to Melissa. They were really excited about the record. They normally don't pick up hip hop, but they got us, and it was one of the first syncs. It was the first sync that they got, and it was really exciting, to hear that, because Girls is a special type of show. Like, a lot of these shows, sometimes there's a music director and they kind of just pick some songs, so they have so many episodes to fill. But Girls, they spend a lot of time carefully selecting who they want, and the producer or the music director, actually, there's a quote from her, and she said, we really enjoy Lizzo's story, and we enjoy the person that she's trying to the artist that she conveys.
So they're not just putting that song on the show.
Yeah,
they're
it wasn't
putting,
just like this song. They were like, we really liked Lizzo, and we thought that she represented a lot that had to do with girls, so we chose her. And I was like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Because it just shows that we're putting our heart into this music, and these people are putting their heart into their television show. And it was a great connection. It was cool.
Sounds to me like you're a big fan of the show too.
Okay. I
Shout out
love the show.
Shoshana.
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 But me and Sophia Eris, so I watched a couple episodes back in the day when it was first starting, but I don't really watch TV, so I couldn't get into it like for too long. But before it aired, me and Sophia, we sat up and we did a full marathon from like season 1 all the way to season 3. And yeah, fell in love all over again. We absolutely
So this
adore the
wasn't
show.
just some show calling to say, let's put your song on it. This is like one of your favorite shows. Like this is the stars aligning in their
Yeah,
for us.
I think it's awesome. And yeah, it's girls, representing girl party, and it's just it worked out really well. You know what I mean? It was really cool. It wasn't like, never mind, I'm not gonna go there.
That's okay.
You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful connection.
You said
Stars
that-
aligned.
You said sync earlier. Explain what a sync is.
A sync is basically licensing. So they sync your song with a commercial or film or television show.
The song includes a shout out to Prince. I understand you've had some experience recording with him and hanging out with Prince.
Oh, I don't know. No.
No. I'm sorry, I misread that. You just had a nice shout out
Prince
to Prince.
is awesome.
You just like Prince.
I just like him.
We're in the Maud Moon Weyerhaeuser studio here. This is the Daily Circuit. I'm with Lizzo this hour, and we just heard that song Paris. I'm really interested to go back to your story about how you came to Minneapolis without knowing a thing about the scene. I think you have a really interesting perspective then, as far as what the scene is and what the scene isn't.
Yes.
And I mean, how would you grade it? What are the shortfalls? What are the strengths on this music scene as a transfer, I guess we would say?
Yeah, we're some transfers up in here. Like, for my personal experience, I know Sophia has a different one as a transfer. When I first made the decision to come here, I was gonna ask some people about it. Besides the weather, I remember I was at South by Southwest, and I was with Johnny Lewis from the Larva Inc. at the time, and I was meeting a bunch of people who were from Minneapolis, like Spider Baby, and who was Jeremy Nutzman from Pony Boy now, and a bunch of other cool people like Chelsea Boys, which is a band that doesn't exist anymore either. And I started to learn, okay, like, everyone is doing something. And there were so many Minneapolis people there. And we're talking about a whole other city. We're in Austin. And everyone I met was from Minneapolis. Like Solid Gold, I remember Trampled by Turtles. There were a bunch of people out there that I was just like, oh, hi, where are you from? Minneapolis. And I was like, you guys are really a part of what this indie music is growing into. So there was that first thing where I was like, that's a great sign. And then I asked my friend's boyfriend, I said, I'm thinking about moving to Minneapolis. And he was like, great hip hop. Have you heard of Atmosphere? And I hadn't. And I was like, no, I've never heard of Atmosphere. And he was like, great hip hop scene. You should. And I was like, cool, thanks, dude. So I get here. That's how clueless I was. I'm just like, hi, what's your name?
Yeah.
And as I started to do music, people started to gravitate towards it so quickly. And that is something that's unheard of in any other town. When people do music, it's like, oh, you do music? Okay, are you, Nicki Minaj? Are you Beyonce? I don't care. Like, prove to me.
Yeah.
Whereas here, they're like, oh my God, this is my secret. You're awesome. I'm gonna come to everything you do because I enjoy this feeling, and I love knowing about things that aren't just like mainstream and easily accessible. People like to still, like, I was talking to Steph or POS, and he was like, this is the cool thing about like when I came up with like punk music. Like back in my day, we had to search for music. Like music fans had to look in magazines, and they had to like find out their band's favorite band, and then order music and go get records and go to record stores. And I think that mentality still exists in Minneapolis. It's not just like, I turned on the radio today and I heard this song. It was like, no, they're like, I heard this band, and so I went online and I searched them. And people seek good things here, And I think that I was just a good thing to some people. And versus other scenes, which not knocking Houston at all, but I mean, Houston's so big and the connections are very limited there. But here, the city is smaller and it's really easy to connect. And the appreciation of music, especially independent music, is like overwhelming. The support is huge. And I love it. You know, there are no shortcomings to something like that because it's just like a family. Yeah. You know what I mean? With family, it's like, she get on my nerves sometimes, but I love her, you know? And that's what Minneapolis, or in the Twin Cities, actually, the music scene is to me. I think the only thing I will say, and that's only for me as an artist, is that I don't ever want to become comfortable with any amount of press or any type of accolades. I always want to continue to build myself up. I don't think I'm the best. I don't think that I'm perfect. Mm-hmm. I think that I have a lot more time to go, and I think that there's a lot more cities that I want to go to and play my music for. And I feel like a huge part of me belongs to Minneapolis. You know, as much as I belong to my mother or Detroit or Houston, a huge part of me belongs to Minneapolis. But I think that one of the things is that I could get very comfortable. But in my journey as an artist, I don't ever want that to happen.
Part of your journey as you've enjoyed success is learning now more of the business side of it. And I'm going to read a quote here. You told Vitamin, "I feel like I'm the CEO of my own company, Lizzo Enterprises. I started as a janitor, worked my way up, receptionist, mailroom. Then you work your way up to CEO." But that's a 25-year-old CEO. I mean, what have you learned about the business side of all of this?
Now, I will say, I am not the CEO yet, but I did say I want to work my way up to the CEO because I work at Lizzo Enterprises right now, and also Girl Party Enterprises, but that's an actual thing. But the metaphorical sense, I work at Lizzo Enterprises, and I started as a janitor, and you work your way up. Right now, I feel like I was a receptionist when I did that interview. Now I feel like, you know, I'm kicking in. You know, I got a nice office somewhere, and I'm still trying to make partner, and then I make partner. You're
like a manager now, and
I'm the manager. And so, but I learned a lot from Sophia Eris because she is a music business graduate. And so I had to like sit back and say, wait, why am I doing this? Like, she teaches me not only, she teaches me the value of myself, like PR. She's like, no, you remember that everything is a PR, or like she'll teach me like, no, well, this is what radio license, or this is what radio play means. Like, there's so many things that I had no clue about. I was like, play music, because I was in a rock band, so we were just like, play rock, and people will love it. And then when you get to the certain point, you realize that there, unfortunately and fortunately, a business to everything. And I think that you have to be well versed in it if you want to be successful in it. Or you could just be a happy musician your whole life, but you won't be like a professional musician if you don't learn that.
The song we heard off the top of this interview with Batches and Cookies, it was named the top feminist video by Bust magazine.
Yeah.
I got the sense when I read about that you were surprised by that.
I was surprised because it was up with Flawless by Beyonce, who I respect and love and hold Beyonce to this, like, the standard, and then a bar that just keeps raising. But I was surprised because we didn't make the video to make a statement. We made the video because it was just a peep into what we do in our lives. Like, we went to go heckle, Westboro Baptist Church, and the director had a camera, and we did it, and the way we dress is the way that we like to dress. Cliff Rhymes, who hypes on Lizzo bangers, walked into Glammed Out Donuts, and he was late, so I told him to take his shirt off, and I buttered him up,
We're talking, by the way, about what happens in the video. People who have no idea what's going on. You will see, if you see the video, this is what's happening.
You should watch the video. We're at over 100,000 views in less than 5 months, and that is so exciting because it's my first I have work, but this is the first video from Lizzo Bangers. Very exciting. But anyway, and so when they said that, they were like, and I was like, well, that's awesome. Thank you so much. But I didn't understand what being a feminist was really early on. Like, I never really delved into feminism. And only this year I've had conversations with Manchita and with Sophia Eris and with other friends about actually what feminism is and what neo-feminism is and what where I stand, and I learned a lot, and I am happy to say that I identify as feminist because I know that it's not just about hating men, or I know it's not just about women. It's about everyone. It's about fairness for everyone and equality between religions. And I dig it. So I am so happy to be named that, because it gave me a window to look out and understand another idea or another part of me that I can now learn about. You know what I mean? I can learn more about feminism. I watched Misrepresentation, this movie about that, and I'm just gaining so much more knowledge, and I feel like it can help me as an artist to speak my mind on that and represent.
Melissa Jefferson, a.k.a. Lizzo, is with us here on the Daily Circuit in the Mon Moon Warehouser studio. I have really enjoyed this. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. I feel like I've been rambling, but that's okay.
I enjoy a good ramble, and you've had a... No, I've learned a lot about you, and I really enjoyed it, and we're going to end here with one last piece. Tell us what we're going to hear as we head out.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks. Big. It's called Faded, and the song it came from a really angry place, but now when I perform it, I feel like it's a celebration. There's a music video coming out for it soon where we literally traveled the world and shot Macklemore style in like Paris and London and LA and Minneapolis. So this is Faded.
It's that L to the I to the ZZO. Ain't got no time for this 3PO bookie. Never knock nookie, but I'd rather stack cookies. Looking at the sun to the color of snooky. Woman of the year, huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Give me 3 cheers. Pulling everyone up in the club. And which cutting on these people better saw. Stitching Will Smith in these pros. You know how it works. Punch a booker out, say welcome to earth. I drop a meal, take off a scarf. Look from my face like I'll make this look good. Capitalize your capital with a capital G. I'm giving out my secrets, man. Y'all better pay me. Sucky people marry suckers and they suck. Then they have sucky kids, they grow up, then what? They attend the sucky university and take the money like it grow on trees. Cipher to the authority, get confused when we conglomerate to the inner city. Perched on streets, being super sketchy. Skid marks on their knees, their hands in their pocket.
They walking by real fast in case we got that rocket.
Boom, slam the door to their apartment. That sucky wife is pregnant with another suck kid, man. I'm asking, when will it end? Waiting on the media shower to rain down. Don't tell us to slow it down. We won't listen. We're 20-somethings, and it's 20-something. Green drugs and liquid hip-hop. We're 20-somethings, and it's 20-something. Listen, rumors that the world gon' end don't faze me. I'ma get faded, I'ma get faded. Rumors that the world gon' end don't faze me. Rumors that the world gon' end don't faze me.
I'ma get faded.
No,
I'ma get faded.
no. Rumors that the world.
So we talked a lot about your 2013, which you won, according to one of my guests recently on the show. What does 2014 have in store for you? Other than London.
Other than London, 2014 is already a done deal. As far as planning, I want to execute. I want to keep performing. I want to be putting out new music, and hopefully you'll hear a lot from me and a lot from Girl Party and a lot of visuals as well. More visuals, because there's just batches and cookies on the internet right now.
Yeah.
I think, and there's people will be like, why aren't there more videos? Like, I've seen that with like a sad emoji, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but more visuals, more music, more performing.
Now, do you think about whether your goal is something like I want to do halftime at the Super Bowl, or is your goal more rooted in, I just want to, put out 5 great albums or something like that? Have you verbalized or visualized a goal?
I have visualized a goal, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what direction it's in, but I always have this venue. I just want to play Madison Square Garden. Sold out.
Interesting. So that's goal number 1. So we'll look for that.
That is a physical manifestation. I'm trying to get that. Get that one.
Well, we'll put that down, and when you do it, you'll have to come back and we'll chat some more.
Let's chat about it.
I love it.
The Current is public media made possible thanks to member support.